thankful to God for that. I started going at that age, and I liked it. I was a kid. I made friends in church, and I learned a lot. I think Doña Delfina was one of the people that took care of me. And but after that, I became a teen, and I grew up, and church just started to become boring. I didn't. How can I say it in a way you guys will understand? The streets were calling me. They were calling my name. But God was also calling me. And it might be funny, it probably is, but God was also calling me, and I chose to ignore him. I chose to go my own way. I chose to hang out with the wrong people. I chose to do things my way, the way that I wanted to, when God wanted me, and I knew that. So I backslid a lot of times, and I can tell you that is the worst mistake that you can make in your life, from personal experience. And I had a lot of people when I went to church that would tell me, don't do this, don't do that, don't backslide, follow God, learn from my experience. And now I'm saying, learn from my experience. I hung out with the wrong people, with gangsters, with just the wrong crowd who weren't good people. I think it says this somewhere in the Bible. Everything that you do has consequences. I lost, what can I say, the consequence that I got was, now, in the present, I have people that I know, but I don't have a lot of friends, and that is a consequence of the decisions that I've made, the things that I've chosen to do, because I chose to do my will, not God's will. I chose to do what I wanted to do when God told me otherwise, when many preachers told me otherwise, when they guided me to the right place. And I ignored them. I said, I can make my own decisions. I said, I don't need any of you. I said, I don't need God. One of the things that also happened was when I was hanging out with those people, the people that were, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to take forever to get this. I'm sorry ahead of time, Stephanie, I'm trying my best. Anyways, one of those times when I was hanging out with the wrong people, to say wannabe gangbangers, because they weren't real gangbangers, they were fake, they were 100% fake. I was young, and I just wanted, to have a good time. There were two guys that I was hanging out with. I'm sorry, I forgot you were translating. And I just, out of nowhere, this girl came up to me, and she just started telling me stuff, and I was like, oh, what is her deal? What is her problem? And I'm not going to say that I fought her. She basically, I don't know how to say it, she beat me up really well. And I was definitely had some marks. I had to get surgery, I believe. This was a long time ago. I had to get surgery on my eye because my eyes were already not that great when I was born. As a birth, I grew up with it. But anyways, when she did that, it caused one of my eyes to get, a retinal eye detachment. So they had to perform surgery on my eye, and it's not that great. I can't see that well through it, but I'm thankful to God that I still have sight. And anyways, so that happened. I got a retinal eye detachment. But I want to say something that I thought about when that was happening. Out of everything that was going on, that could have been going through my mind at that time when that was happening to me. All I could remember was God at that time. And it's true how they say that at your lowest moments, you remember God. And you ask Him for help. And I feel like that is what I did. I asked Him for help. And I don't know how, but this just Bible verse came to my mind when that was happening to me, and it was the Bible verse, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I just, at that moment, I honestly just was scared of what was happening. I didn't do anything to her. I didn't hurt her. I didn't even know who she was. But, now that I know and, have a relationship with God, which I didn't before, I know that was somebody, that was the devil using people. And I'm just thankful that I was able to make it alive and to survive that. Anyways, but that is one thing that I feel like helped me to just get away from that lifestyle. Thankfully, God, I opened my eyes and I went back to God for a while. But after a while of being in church and all that, I just felt like I felt very left out by some people. I don't want to name anyone, but I just didn't feel included. I felt like I tried to just be a part of it, and I just didn't really feel like I belonged. I felt like I just felt unwanted. And again, I should have probably read the Bible more. And anyways, I just started slowly. I stopped reading the Bible. I slowly stopped, going to church. This didn't happen right away. I stopped. This happens. Not following God. For me, it happened slowly. It doesn't just like bam. No. It took me time. It took me time. I would be like, oh, it's boring. I don't have time for it. Maybe later. And the later became never. I have this to do. I prefer to watch a movie, read the Bible or a movie. I prefer the movie. Church. Oh, why would I want to go to church? Church is full of hypocrites. They don't want me there. I'm not wanted. So why would I go? And just a lot of negative thoughts. Again, the negative thoughts could only come from the devil. There's only good and bad, and God is good. And just a lot of negative stuff just brought me, to do my own will again. And I backslid again, which is something that I wish, again, like I said, I never did, and I don't recommend any of you to do. And where was I? Where was it? Did I? Oh no, I did that one already. So then, after I stopped reading the Bible and just stopped following God, stopped talking to Him, stopped praying, just all the things that I knew I should do. Also, then I got married. I got pregnant. And at that time, my marriage, which I thought would bring me closer to God, brought me further from God. the marriage where I was. It was a very abusive. He physically hit me. He mentally abused me. Anything you could think of, he abused me. And he treated me like garbage, like I was nothing, like I was useless. And he would tell me things that I don't even know how I stayed with him for about 6 years. But I'm thankful to God that he saved me, because I know that by His grace, he helped me. One time he choked me so hard when we were arguing, and I believe I was pregnant at this time. He choked me so hard that I thought I was gonna die, and thankfully, God didn't let that happen, because He had other plans for me. And just the abuse continued, and I just, honestly, there's no reason why I was probably crazy to stay with him, but at that moment, I was just wanting a family, something that I feel like I never really had. Well, I did, but I just wanted that for my son. I wanted a father. I wanted him to have a father in his life, something that I feel like I kind of didn't have. He was there, but he wasn't really there. He just worked, and that was his idea of being a father. He never really told me he loved me. He never really cared for me. And now it's not here no more. But I've decided to forgive him for that. And my mom was always there. Even when I had my surgery, she was a warrior. She took care of I feel like God gave her the strength to take care of my sisters, my brother, and myself. Because it's not something easy. I have one son right now, and it's definitely not an easy thing. I'm a single parent, and it's hard. It's hard, but anyways, I'm going to get back to where I was. My dad passed away, and my marriage was just really bad, and I just didn't feel like I had the option to divorce him. I just was, I felt like I was going to I wasn't going to make it if I left him. I felt, he had told me so much that I was garbage, that I was useless, and I didn't really go to nobody. I was very alone. I didn't really have a lot of support, mainly because I didn't really look for it. I didn't really have a lot of friends, and I didn't really have that help, and I just felt like I was in it alone. So I definitely distanced myself more from God. I blamed him. I said, God, if you're real, you wouldn't let this happen to me. I just was, I guess I would say I was very upset with God when I was the one who was deciding to stay in that relationship. I was the one who did not get out of that situation when I could. I had that ability to do. And I blamed God when it was my actions. And, I was making all the choices. I wasn't really asking him for anything. It was just me, it was all about me, in the beginning. Until one day he decided to call my brother. He decided to call him and tell him that he didn't want me anymore, that the relationship was over. At that time, I felt like I was going to die. I felt like my world was coming to an end. I felt very lost, very broken, and I was like, what am I going to do? What is going to happen to me? Am I going to survive this? How could this happen, God? How could you let this happen? But I didn't see it as a blessing at that time. was very angry. I was very angry with God. And even though I should have thanked him at the time, I should have praised him and worshipped him and said, man, thank you, because this man beats me, and this man treats me like garbage, and finally I am free from him and from his evil ways, and now I've forgiven him, because I know that, everyone needs forgiveness, and I pray for him, that God helps him. He didn't get out of where was it? After that happened, I was with my mom. I was, doing things on my own. I had to get a job, and I just, it was a lot, but I feel like during that time where that was happening, I started to get that relationship with God again. That relationship that I had lost it was about 6 years, so most of the time that I was with him was when I definitely didn't have a relationship with him, but when I had that breakup, that heartbreak that happened to me, that we separated, is when God called. I felt like God called me, and one day I just broke down, and I just said, God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even think that I'm worthy of you, because I have abandoned you. I have left you. You have wanted me. You have called me. And I have left you, God. I am not worthy. I am nothing without you. Do you still want me? Because I don't have anything. Do you still want me? Can I still come home to you? And that's when I didn't hear it, but now I know, I felt like God was like, my daughter, get ready for what I am going to do with you, because the plans that I have for you, they are not your plans. Prepare for what I will do with your life. Oh my gosh, I had something else that I wanted to say, but I totally lost it. And I just didn't imagine. I didn't imagine that God would move in my life as He did. But He accepted me. I felt His presence when I had that prayer with Him. When I surrendered, I surrendered, and I completely broke down. And I told Him, I don't want this. I don't know what to do anymore. May you take control and help me. And, if you accept me, He said, I will take you and prepare for what I am going to do with you, because I am your Father, and I will do great things in your life. The plans that I have for you are great, and I wish I would have listened sooner. I wish I would have listened sooner than when I did, because things would have been more easier for me. I feel like I wouldn't have suffered as much as I did. And this is all because I decided to do this, okay? I feel like I blamed God a lot for my suffering, but it was my will. I didn't let His will be done. I said, my will be done. I'm going to do what I please, what I desire, what I want. It's my body, it's my life. God, I don't want you. I want to do things on my own, you know? I want to do things the way that I want to do them. You can come when I need you, when I want you. And I never wanted him because I was doing things I wanted. I was doing bad things and not good things. So yeah, after that marriage, I got closer to God, and now I have a relationship with Him. Now I follow Him. I try to do my best to do His will, and life has taught me all of those lessons. I thank God for them. I thank God for everything in my life. I feel like everything has taught me something, and everything has brought me closer to God in a way. And the Bible verse that I read, God said, He already knew. He already knew my life. He already knows your life. He already knows what you're going to do. He already knows everything about you. He knew you before you were born. Okay? The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's literally what it is. It's not it's a hidden meaning. No, that's what he comes to do. If you don't choose, if you backslide, what do you think the devil's gonna be happy? The devil's gonna be happy because he's going to have you. If you don't have a God and you choose to do your own will, what do you think is going to happen? It says that in the Bible, he's going to still kill and destroy. That's what he's going to do in your life. Yeah, sin might be fun, but will it last? The only thing that is forever that will last is God. Everything that I did, and I did a lot of bad things. They brought me pleasure for a moment. They were for a moment. But when you're in the presence of God, when you're with God, that is forever. That is forever. And when you die, you're going to go with Him forever. If you do things the way you should do them, you're going to go with God for eternity. So it's not just going to be for a moment. It's not just going to be with God for a little bit, for a while. No, when you decide to give your life to God, sorry, I'm going too fast. It's going to be for eternity. It's not going to be easy. I'm not here to tell you oh my gosh, when you give your life to God, everything is going to be fine. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be in paradise. No, things will probably be harder for you. Really hard. But if Christ is with you, who can be against you? There are people in need of God. There are people that are lost outside. I had this lady tell me this other day that she had a family member who was sick, who has to take medicine, who has all these problems going on, and it got me sad because I'm there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in need of God, in need of His help. And who will help them if not us? We are the light of this world. We are called. We are not here just to party, just to get drugged up, and just to get high, and just to smoke some weed. No, we are called for greater things. We are called for much greater things. If you only knew what you are capable of, If you only believed it, God can use you in amazing ways. I heard the saying, remember who brought you to the dance? Remember who brought you to the dance? And that dance, that's basically life, I guess. But God is the one who brought you to the dance. The devil is going to try to sway you. The devil is going to try to give you a lot of things and make it look nice, make it look good, make it look pretty, make it look beautiful, enticing. He's going to try his best. Don't think that he's not smart. The devil has been alive longer than you and I. Don't ever think that you are smarter than the devil. Don't ever think that. But God is greater, just to let you guys know. But you guys are called. God is calling you to be His, to obey Him, to do His will. We are called to be the light. We are called to be the light and to bring others to Him, to bring others that are lost. God wants you. Do you want Him? I'm not saying I'm perfect. The Christian life is not going to be about you being perfect, but it's going to be about you giving it all you have, trying your best, praying, asking God, surrendering to Him, not backsliding, which is one of the worst things that you can do as a believer. I'm not going to get tired of saying this is the worst choice that I've made in my life, is backsliding to God. And I wish I could tell the world. I wish I could tell more people about this. And I wish more people would talk about this. I wish more preachers would talk about this, because it's the worst thing you can do. And I want to tell you, once I was in your shoes, once I was in that seat, I was like, no, that's not going to happen to me. They're lying. That's not me. Because I'm smart. I used to think that I was on top of the world. I used to think that I could do everything. I used to think that I was amazing, that I was this bomb person, like the finest girl in the world. I don't know what I thought, but I thought I was on top of the world. I thought I was it. I thought I was, super cool. But when it comes down to it, we need God. We need God. And He's everything that we need. He's everything that we need.